many special keys on your keyboard. We will use some of these special keys to navigate in this course. Look at the lower right corner of your keyboard. Notice the 4 arrow keys. They point in different directions. There is one arrow key that points to the right. We will call this the forward arrow key. Press the forward arrow key one time to move to the next page. Go ahead and press it now on your keyboard.
So at this point then we turn the control, a little bit of the control over to the learner so that they're really realizing that they can use the keyboard now for something other than typing, that they can actually use it to move back and forth through the screens.
That's great. So that's it. It seems so simple to those of us, and I'm sure most of the blog readers are been using computers for years and years and years, but that idea would build then into understanding how to use these keys for a hypertext link on a website, and it must evolve. Do you have an outline of the different modules that you're creating or have created?
I do. Actually, what I'm doing is starting with a list from the Digital Literacy Task Force out of St. Paul. And this is a list of a collaborative team from the Literacy Consortium and the St. Paul Public Libraries and Adult Basic Education and some of the other groups around there that are heavily involved in adult literacy. And we've been collaborating over the past year to come up with a list of skills that, when broken down, would be what make up a digitally literate person. So then I'm taking that list and I'm mapping that to the coursework that I'm creating and dividing it up in such a way that that we can create smaller modules out of these. And that way, if you've got a learner who knows how to mouse and just needs to jump ahead to the internet, they're not subjected to having to go through the entire mousing module.
Great.
They could start on an internet module while somebody else is learning how to mouse in the same classroom. And the teacher, once they've got them started, they're just really troubleshooting themselves and helping the students move along when they need it without having to stand and hold somebody's hand, teaching them how to hold a mouse.
Well, I love the idea of working towards a standard. Because if you ask people if they're comfortable using a computer, everybody gives a different answer. But
they do.
You can actually sort of track and help them, as you say, choose which module they should start with, or choose what other program. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you.
Great, thank you.